in good shape, guys?
Yes.
Call the meeting to order. If you please stand if you're able for the pledge of allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Good to see a full room tonight. And just so everyone knows, we are recording this and then we will upload it uncut, unedited to our Luna Pier YouTube channel. We'll go to roll call.
Needham.
Here.
Osliper.
Here.
Wong.
Here.
Wakeman.
Here.
Skatulski.
Here.
Perry.
Here.
Mayor Gardner.
Here. Full house tonight. Thank you very much. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda and the minutes?
I make a motion to approve the consent agendas, item A through B, as presented, waiving the reading. Support.
We have a motion. We have support. I'll let Charlie sort it out. Any questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Thank you very much. Bills and warrants. Do I have a motion?
I propose a motion to approve bills of warrant number 14269 paid in the amount of $21,275.32 and bills warrant number 14270 unpaid in the amount of $2,748.17. Visa paid in the amount of $4,771.88 as presented, waiving the reading. Support.
We have a motion and we have support. Any questions or discussions? We'll do a roll call vote.
Osliper.
Yes.
Needham.
Yes.
Wong.
Yes.
Wakeman.
Yes.
Skatulski.
Yes.
Perry.
Yes.
Mayor Gardner.
Yes. Thank you very much. Motion carried. Moving on to presentations. Chris Burchett had a presentation ready. Unfortunately, she has a work conflict. She's up in Livonia giving a presentation up there as part of her day job. She did send the notes that she has, and I will fill in for her. I can't do it justice, but I will cover what she has here. She's been very busy behind the scenes. Starting number one with Incident Command, we're going to have the Monroe County Sheriff's Department Incident Command vehicle parked at the fire hall. This is an impressive unit. It's I don't know how many $1 million unit that they've picked up to use in cases like this. I talked to the sheriff before and asked him. He said, "Yep, we'll definitely be here," and he's fulfilling his promise with that Incident Command Center that has everything you need inside it. The police will block off the street Friday night, Luna Pier Road just past Herald, and they'll have gators and other vehicles on the scene throughout the festival. So we're good there. They have 8 to 10 food trucks lined up. Most everyone from last year, no corn people. I'm not sure what corn people are, but I'm sure some people will be disappointed, but they just don't have that this year. She's gathering money for contracts and letting them all know we'll set up Friday night if it works for them. Frank Woodward and Terry Mueller, always hard workers during the Freedom Festival. Frank will be helping, and Terry Mueller will be doing all of the inspections. We really appreciate their help there. Parking lots are being secured, the parking areas. We're working out some details and timing on who will do what. We should be cleared up by Tuesday of next week. Music will be provided by the Beach Cafe. Appreciate that. Duet in the daytime and Distant Cousins until the fireworks. 2 great local bands there. Fireworks will start at 10 o'clock. We still have to pay for them. I do that for the last few years, have a check ready when they show up. And before anything's unloaded, they got to have the check in hand, so we'll have that ready. The sponsors are being courted. Everything's lined up. They don't have the checks in hand, but they're completing everything, and and getting every one of the sponsors verified, and then they'll get their promotional banners and things like that ordered. We have garage sale spots available at the library. We have some of the spots are spoken for, but we do have openings. There will be no public spots available except by the library. All the other spaces in the city-owned property are taking, and they're committed to other things, so people won't be able to just stop by the side of the road and set up. If you're on private property, you're allowed to do your setup there, and you manage that. We don't interfere with that. We'll start blasting ads more frequently once the sponsors are confirmed, with giving credit to all of the sponsors, and that's really going to pick up this weekend. And we do thank our sponsors that we'll be naming shortly. We have 2 people committed to trash pickup during the day and working 1 afterwards, and that's a lot of work there. If we probably could use another volunteer there. It's a late night, but we want the place looking good. The dumpsters are ordered. We have the portable toilets all set up and arranged. Chris says, please let me know if I missed anything. And if anybody wants to volunteer, we always need volunteers boots on the ground. Starts probably Friday morning, runs till Sunday, really, after getting all the cleanup. And we'll take as much as you can give or as little, just whatever you are willing to do, we can find a place, and we really appreciate the help. And she's still working on things while working her full-time job, 70 hours a week, so we thank you, Chris, for all that you put into this. Citizen of the Year will be at 6 o'clock in the west parking lot, and we want everybody to be there and really recognize the person who is chosen. The nominations are in, and they're being forwarded to the judges, and everything's moving along there. But we really need residents to come out and show their appreciation for the people, the citizen of the year, who really works hard. Many people are deserving of this. One person will be chosen. That's all we have for Chris's report. Any questions that we need answers? Okay, moving on to the mayor's report. This one is all about the public hearing that is scheduled coming up. You may have noticed there's a public hearing scheduled for June 23rd for the Planning Commission to consider a request to modify our zoning ordinance, specifically the marijuana facilities overlay. It's called the MFO. This is the area where marijuana businesses are allowed. And adding the current Pier Inn property to the MFO. Now, this request was a subject to an article in Monroe Evening News. You may have read that. I answered some questions and opened the paper one day and saw the article there. It's been covered extensively on social media platforms, which is why I'm doing the report, just to clear things up. People have a lot of comments on them. Some of the information is conflicting, so I believe it's important to address the concerns that people have, and legitimate concerns. The way we do this is in the state of Michigan, we have the authority to plan for effective land use and to regulate that land use using the Zoning Enabling Act. That specifies exactly how we do things. The state says you can do it. If the state doesn't tell us we have the authority, we do not have the authority. When it tells us we do have the authority, they tell us exactly how we do it. And this is how we're doing this. We're following the state regulations to the T. Those are the rules, and that's how we do it. In this case, the zoning application was submitted and the fee paid to consider expanding the MFO. We get calls all the time, and Charlie will verify, potential investors looking to locate a business in Luna Pier. My first answer is always, if you think that I can get you a marijuana business here as mayor, I want to be very, very clear that I cannot do that. If you're okay with that, then we can keep talking. If you expect me to do that, it's not going to happen. And I've answered the phone and started the conversation just that way, just to keep everything clear up front. The mayor or the building inspector does not have the authority to deny an application or to approve an application. So the process goes, if they pay the fee and everything's proper after review by the building inspector or the building official, then it's forwarded to the planning commission, where the planning commission will schedule a public hearing. That's where the public comes in. Now, this is a very long and drawn out case, as it should be, and any zoning request is drawn out this way. There are a lot of checks and balances in place, and there really should be. We really want the public involved in it. It is their right to submit, and we're going through the process now. You know, we don't solicit the activity. We just get calls all the time, and this one decided to put in an application, so we're processing it. And like I said, the mayor or the building office can't say yes or no. We have to forward it to the planning commission, and they can't rule on it until they publish the public hearing and they hear from you. This is the important part. This is where everybody from Luna Pier comes in, is we want to hear your thoughts on this. If you can't be at the meeting June 23rd here at Water Tower Park at 6 o'clock, then you can submit something in writing to City Hall, and we'll forward it to the Planning Commission and let those requests and those opinions be known. When you post on Facebook, that's not part of the process, unfortunately. To be entered into the record, you need to submit something here that we can go on and hear what you think about it. So I strongly encourage members of the community to speak out, let us know, because that's really important what you think of this submission that they put in. And then really the most vital component of this process is the public hearing and hearing from the public. It always has to be, it's mandatory, and we want to keep it that way. Any questions on that? Moving on. We don't have
Is it going to be YouTube?
What's that?
Is it going to be YouTube?
I can't.
Is it going to be on YouTube? Are you recording?
Yeah, we are recording. Yep, it will be uploaded.
No, the public hearing. The public hearing.
Oh, yeah, the public hearing? Yeah, we can do that too. I'll get everything set up for that. The important one, the big ones like that, they're all important. But
Yeah, they are.
that's, we will get that set up. Police report, we don't have one. Fire department report, we do have the incident reports. Thank you to our firefighters. They are busy and they work hard. Building permit report, if you saw Mike's report, it's extensive, and Mike has been extremely busy with a lineup outside of his office, going out and doing inspections. He's behind when he walks in the door in the morning, you know, and then he works all day, one thing to the next, and usually works a little bit of time over just to try to wrap things up. And the report shows it. You see the investment in Luna Pier. It's actually a really good thing, and we really appreciate him. We've tried to get him more hours. We share him with Erie. Erie said, no, we need him too. So we would add more hours if we could, but it just hasn't worked out. Any question on the department reports?
I have a question in
Yeah.
regards to the building inspector. I know there's been different times where it has come up during planning commission meetings when site plans are being discussed, and then I'm sure it will likely be coming up at the public hearing that's going to be coming up regarding the marijuana overlay. And it might be useful to occasionally have him in attendance at some of these meetings to be able to field some of the questions and to be able to move things forward rather than having some things get tabled and have to come back to later because we're awaiting an answer from him.
Yes, we have done that, and it depends on availability. So we try to do that, but it's really, really tough because
understand that,
he's
but-
really busy. But yeah, we can request that. And I would encourage people to ask questions when you can. Send an email is the best way, and if you can't get it answered through the email, or just ask when's a good time to meet to ask questions, because it's always good to talk to them face to face. Any other questions? Going to the committee reports, the DDA meeting minutes. DDA has been very busy, as you know. They have it going on. Councilor Huang, do you want to cover anything in detail?
Yeah, absolutely. So in our last meeting, we did look at a tally up of the street lights. We're looking at 20 total lights, just pending the final cost here. Not sure if we have that updated cost rolled in. We did move the available funds from our interest-bearing account to be able to pay for said lights and that project. We had a presentation from Sean Kissing with the Sandwich Board, marketing firm that had interest in the city of Luna Pier. They provided a presentation as well as a portfolio of what it is that their offerings are to be able to help promote and develop a downtown space. They offered 3 tiers as part of that, and that was distributed to the Downtown Development Authority, just pending some feedback on that one, but we're hopeful that maybe they can help some of our downtown businesses if we can partner up.
What's the name of the organization?
The Sandwich Board.
The Sandwich Board?
Yes.
Thank you.
We have the air conditioner down here, so I have a hard time hearing.
You can turn it off.
No, don't, it's fine. We'll strain, it's good.
Okay, we'll just talk louder.
I'll speak up.
Yep. Moving on to flood, we don't have any report. We're trying to get access to inspect some work done by Concrete Leveling, a local company. I contacted them about the pier because we have more problems with the pier, and really our main problem is there's not enough solid concrete there to attach to. Some of the patches we've done before, the patches are still in place in the area around it, deteriorated, but sometimes they just didn't adhere. Well, Concrete Leveling came out and looked and had some ideas, and they even said, well, we'll come up and fix some of these. We want to try this, and we'll fix some of these at no cost, and we'll show you what we can do. So I just got the news today that as soon as they can get a day when the water's not splashing on the pier, it has to be dry. They're going to come out and do some work for us to show us what we can do and have it done, especially the one that goes all the way across. They said they would fix that free of charge to show us what we can do, and then they're interested in bidding on some other projects we have with the dike system based on the results that they're going to show us. So that was good news. I just got that today about 4 o'clock. So
Are they, so when you say show us, are they offering to do that at a council meeting or a planning
no,
meeting?
actually on the pier. They will actually fix some of the small voids on the pier, and actually the one that's going across, they said we can get that before the Freedom Festival so nobody trips and falls there. Now nobody will be out there except the fireworks company, but they want to try some things to use a watertight filler that they have. It's not the stuff that will absorb water. They said that you cannot use that. They have something that does not absorb water. It's a marine application, and they want to show us what they can do on that.
They didn't say how big of an area?
The whole one that goes all the way
There's one that we had in particular they were looking at. That
Okay.
actually moves it goes all the way across. It's very large. I asked them to do a quote on it, and we would see what they can do. And he said, well, I'll tell you what, I'll just show you, and I won't charge you. And we also have other big projects pending, so I'm
Right.
sure we'll gather information from that.
But they should be able to tell us after, right?
Yes, yes. But it
Okay, you
won't
did
be,
it. It
it won't be
cost
worse.
something.
Yeah, the worst case is it would not hold, and we'd be back where we started from.
Yep.
So we'll give it a try. I really appreciate them coming out. The owner is very passionate about his product. They are a very respected company. It's a local company. They have great reviews. I've did some research on the people that are, on some of their jobs and things, and they really come highly recommended.
Does that happen to be the new outfit that just showed up at exit 9 there?
That's their new building. Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. Great folks. So, Parks and Rec, Diana.
Yard of the Month is Jeff on 8th and Lakewood, and beautiful home. So that was
Excellent.
fun. We're accepting nominations for July. We got benches at First Street Park installed. Steve
Yes.
and John put those in. They look fantastic. We're still working on getting some quotes for a swing set for First Street. We're looking at getting a city Christmas tree, location to be TBD.
All right.
And I'm gonna check out a few nurseries and see what they recommend. So
Okay.
still gathering information.
Yep.
So,
And I've got somebody delivered 2 booklets of play equipment.
I have that.
Okay. And I didn't see any swing sets.
I know.
But
We have a few we're checking out, so yeah.
good,
Everything's
excellent.
going well.
good. Thank you very much. Parks and Rec, they've got it going on. And we really appreciate them. We appreciate, it was Steve and John that put the parks in. We really,
Yes,
or the benches.
the benches,
We
yes.
really appreciate that too.
Yeah, and we wanna work on, there's 3 sets of frames still at DPW, so maybe for memorial
Okay,
to
excellent.
replace those.
Very good. That's how communities get things done. I wish we could do it all, but it just doesn't work.
I did see on Facebook, I don't know if it was Jesse or your brother.
Oh,
Somebody
fix the
fixed
gate.
that torture chamber
Oh,
It
yeah.
was Bill. Yes, thank you, Bill.
from
Bill-
the 70s.
The swing around
Yeah.
gate that adults,
The gate to nowhere.
yes, adults can't make any sense, but kids seem to love it.
But it's nice that it's fixed.
Yes, thank
It's
you.
not dangerous.
Yeah,
so
he was at our meeting and said
Yeah.
he could fix it.
That's wonderful.
Yeah,
We
we
don't have-
appreciate it.
We don't have a stairway to heaven, but we have a gate to nowhere.
Planning meeting minutes, we have those.
I think I reported last meeting, and it was about Lucarelli, with Sophie gave her presentation, and it was a very good presentation.
Yes.
I haven't heard anything forward from that yet.
We are working, Mike in the building office is working with her. He sent something out yesterday and hasn't heard back yet, but he wants her to come in and discuss. There's some things there that we have to
And
figure
this has
out.
been communicated?
Oh, yeah, they have.
Okay,
Yeah.
good, because I know that was becoming a problem for a minute.
No, Sophie's been very good to work with. And
She's a wonderful human.
yeah, she really is. And we really want to get this done. We got some details to work out, and there's some hard problems that we have to solve. We have to find workarounds, and that's what they're doing.
Okay, good.
It's a great project, and we're doing all we can. And working with the assessor's office because there's some issues there too, so.
Yes, there was. Okay, good.
So
Glad to hear that.
we are working on that. Moving on to old business of Light Committee Chair, prepared to nominate somebody who is in the room today. Marilyn has stepped up, and we are working out the details. And I think Councilor Skatulski is also one of them, and we're making progress we're making progress there. And
Yay,
Should
thank you,
should that
guys.
not be renamed to what they suggested it to be
beautification.
renamed to? Put that,
Beautification.
change the
The
old business to
beautification.
read differently?
yes,
Thank you.
Beautification. Charlie's
Thank you,
making
yes.
notes here as he goes. Yeah, the beautification committee, because we really do want,
Beautification committee.
we don't want conflict, we just want results. So we want things to look better. And we are actually making progress. Cleaning of the lighthouse restrooms, we did post the job. I know we have at least 2 applications in so far. So we'll see, and it was just posted today. So
Wow.
we'll look and see about getting deep cleaning. As far as the repairs, we should have the grout tomorrow morning. There was a delay trying to get the epoxy grout that we need to stand up to the conditions that we have there. That should be delivered tomorrow morning, and they should be able to get that back done. We're talking to plumbers about hooking everything back up. And then the final thing would be the stall dividers, although they could work ahead of the plumbers, depending on who's ready first.
This is all gonna be done by the Freedom Fest.
That's what we're working for, and it looks like it's on track. You know, it has to be, you know. So we are, I was in a panic there when we couldn't get the color and that grout that we need. We couldn't get enough of it, but I think that problem is solved now. We're moving on to new business, ordinance number 249. This is the garage sale ordinance. We looked through that before. We voted to send it back to planning. They looked at it again and they said, we like what's there, so we're going to go, it comes back to council, and this is how the process works. And we will do we'll be voting on the first reading. We cannot pass an ordinance on the same meeting it's introduced, so it takes 2 meetings to actually pass an ordinance.
Sorry,
but-
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
You were very diligent in moving on, and I
Yeah.
didn't get a chance to jump in there. Can we go
Oh,
back
go ahead,
to
sorry.
old business for a second?
Yeah, sure.
Number one, I'd like to give kudos to Counselor Needing for her social media blast
Yes.
of the, looking for a lighthouse cleaning solution.
Yes, thank you very much. I mean, I was really surprised with, pleasantly surprised at the results, and really, really happy about that. To get
And
somebody in there and do a deep cleaning.
Yep.
And we want to keep it nice.
Secondly, I know the part-time city administrator positions keep showing up on as old business,
Yes.
and it seems like we keep sweeping it under the carpet. I think something that should be said for that is that there has been significant work on that. There is a great outline, there is a great plan. It's almost 100% ready. I think it's fair to say that there are things that are going on with litigation against the city that is preventing that at this time. So that's the main stopper at this time, without being able to say anything more about that. There is a tie there. It may not seem like it, but there actually is. It's a financial tie mainly. So again,
And, yep,
patience with that. It's there. It's kind of locked and loaded, but it's not just swept under the carpet.
Thank you, Neil.
thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, then moving on to the garage sale ordinance.
And I'd like to thank Dewey and Connie Cole for their commitment to that effort.
Yes.
That was a lot of work. It was a lot of consideration. Thank you.
And Neil. Any questions about the garage sale ordinance?
I would actually like to thank Neil for the thanks for the.
All right.
Tony Awards going on.
That's enough.
Yeah. Moving on to budget amendments. Everything's listed in there. Do you want to review, Charlie?
Do you have any questions? It's pretty straightforward.
No. Other than it's a $1,500 deficit from regular budget, right? Just to be clear?
It's 1162.
I'm sorry. My memory is,
I would say the only thing that I want to add is that Connie and I created these new capital improvement line items to move the money that you had already approved for the
Yep.
capital improvements, so that it's easier to follow and track.
it really is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep, thank you.
It doesn't mean we're overspending.
Thank you, Connie.
It's just a way of tracking. And this, I've said before, our fiscal year ends in June, at the end of June. So it's normal to have some adjustments. We'll probably have some next meeting when we do pass the budget. The budget is pretty much ready. Rather than carry over things, we like to tie up as much as we can. And so we will vote on the budget with a public hearing, and it's always available to the public if anybody has any questions.
Something worth saying there, if I may.
Yep.
We are now 10 years past the closing of the coal burning plant that they shut down on us and lost our 65% of our tax base, and the number of people involved in the first 3 years of helping balance the budget as best we could, because we forecasted that if we couldn't do something to even come close to balancing the budget, the city would fail in 3 years from 2016. We got past that hump barely. It was hard, and we are now 7 more years past that we have survived, and I think that's a testament to the people here and a testament to the people before
Yep.
that made that happen. So thank you, everyone.
Yes. A lot of hard work and sacrifice there. And we're not Erie Township. Not that there's anything wrong with Erie Township, but they were predicting that we would be Erie Township. Back to where we...
Oh, you mean that Erie Township was going to absorb us?
Absorb
Yes.
us. Yeah.
Fat chance. They don't want anything to do with that.
And
It wouldn't take us, and it's rightly so.
And Erie, Mike Rodine and Erie Township, they're great partners. We work with them. I love working with them, but it's nice to have our own little plot of ground here. Moving on to FEMA Assistant to Firefighter Grants. I think that's why Derek is here. Did you want it, or? Okay, come on up. They're gonna do a presentation.
Sing a duet.
And they can explain it better than I can. Dave and Derek.
Just a reminder, in December of 2024, the council approved a 5% match for a request for a new pumper, and that was about $40,000. We just literally in the last week got the denial for that request. Talking with Bob and Derek, Bob the fire chief, he's on vacation right now, that's why we're here. Well earned, yeah. They want to try again, so there's an open window with the FEMA Assistance to Firefighter Grant right now. Closes on, we have to have it in by June 22nd. So we're working on that.
Same details apply as last time?
5% match. The biggest issue is the truck. The cost of the truck went up from about $773,000 to about $1 million.
And this is not the Cadillac version.
Right.
And I'm trying to remember what cost that. It has a lot to do with fuel emission guidelines. So we want to get that 5%. We're going to ask for that 5% match again and a little more so we can get some equipment for the truck. What kind of equipment do you want to say?
It's all relative to the truck. So hose, nozzles, hand tools, things like that. That you would see on a normal plane.
Accessories.
So between the truck and that miscellaneous equipment, which we don't have an exact quote on yet, we're asking if the council would approve a 5% match of $55,000. There's already been $40,000 set aside, but with the increase in the cost of the truck, we still have to meet that 5% match if we get it.
And then when will they make a determination on it?
Well, we applied in December of '24, and we just found out a week ago that they said
Right.
no.
Okay.
So
I'm sorry, December of '24?
Yes.
24, yes. Now, there were a number of FEMA or government shutdowns in there that caused a lot of trouble, and we knew a little earlier that we didn't get it, but they just sent the official notice literally in the last week.
Well, it's just, sorry, that's just something that we have to consider for budgeting.
Well, I
That could be
understand.
more than
I
a year.
understand. So again, the application goes in by June 22nd, and under normal circumstances, we would know by the end of the year.
Yeah, in normal circumstances,
But-
we would have been looking at like October.
Yeah.
September maybe, but with the
we-
instability of FEMA in the last year or so.
Yeah, we have no idea how quick, they're working again, they're pursuing the applications very aggressively. And that's about anything else to add?
Just that we'll also be applying for a $150,000 grant for fire prevention related materials. This is going to include 2 years of cancer screenings for the firefighters. It'll also include possibly a part-time fire inspector. It will also include props and equipment to use for educating the public. And it'll be split with, as a regional grant with LaSalle Township, as long as they approve when we send it to their board next week. But our cost share of that, because we would split that 5% with them, would be $3,750. We were planning on using that with already budgeted money. Categories we already got money for.
So can you explain what some of the cancer risks are? I know it would be inhaling
Sure.
of the burning materials, but is it also
Carcinogens
related to
or-
the chemicals that may be used for
Yeah.
fire suppression, things of that nature?
The number of different chemicals that are used in ordinary construction today have grown leaps and bounds from 20 or 30 years ago. Fires are burning hotter and faster. Also, the cancer rates are going up. So a firefighter has a 9% chance higher than anyone else of developing some form of cancer. And it's not hard to develop. If we're at a fire and our hands are completely clean from the soot and the carcinogens, and take a drink of water, or we eat a sandwich or something on a break or a recess or something, it can spread very quickly.
And the turnout gear as well. We were trying other grant opportunities, trying to get the proper washers and dryers for the turnout gear, just to get all those carcinogens off.
Yep, right now we use a donated washer and dryer tag. It's held up as well as it could, but it is not meant for the turnout gear and extracting of the carcinogens. And
I don't know what would be.
yeah,
Power washer?
yeah, some hopes and dreams perhaps. But we're looking into those options as well. We get the extractor and the dryer, so the gear is getting properly cleaned as well.
Any questions?
That was mine.
Sounds like we commit 50,000. If we get the grant, we get $1 million truck.
55.
55.
should cover it.
Yep.
And the secondary grant's going to be with stuff that's already budgeted. So.
Okay.
Is
And
that,
if we don't get the grant, then
is that
we tried,
40,
They don't get a truck.
that 40,000 that we already approved the last time, is that still earmarked in the budget, set aside for them?
I mean,
No?
I don't think so.
it's in the
Across
general
fiscal
fund.
years.
I mean, and that's kind of how it works. We didn't spend it, so it goes back in the general fund, and we have it for this, towards this year.
Okay.
And to give you a little history on NFPA standard and the Class A fire engines, at 15 years of service, a fire engine should be moved from frontline use to reserve, where they strip the equipment and they really only use it when your regular fire trucks are being serviced and whatnot. At 25 years of service, NFPA standard says that that vehicle should be removed from service altogether. At current, engine 1 is 24 years old and is being used as a primary unit, and engine 2 is 33 years old and being used as a primary.
So would you be swapping out the older one? And is there any value for it other than burying it in the backyard so the neighbors won't see?
It's an antique now, it should be
We can make a
collectible.
memorial out of it.
Yeah, there actually is a market.
Actually,
Put it out front of a firehouse,
actually,
restaurant.
It could be sold. I've seen quite a few of them used and turned into mobile food trucks, mobile bar tabs.
Yes.
It probably more useful to somebody in the private sector or
That would
something.
take it off your hands rather than pay anything, right?
Well, no, you can look on Gov
There's
Deals.
some value to it, but not. I mean, you might get half of your match back, give or take. You know, if you had a good,
Well, that's
if you had a good bid.
That's something.
Yeah, they actually bring more than you would expect. If you go to govdeals.com, it's all used equipment. It's where we sell our equipment. And it's,
Gov deals or Gov bids does.
yeah, it's where we bought our bucket truck, and where we just sold our old bucket truck.
Oh, we sold it?
We sold it, and we didn't get a ton of money, but I think we got about $1,600 for it.
Ooh,
So it's
Better than nothing.
it's more than scrap value. So
right.
Just to finish a little level setting, these FEMA grants are very tough. They tend to favor larger departments, actually, that have huge call volumes. So for a small city like this, it's a tough sell, but we're doing everything we can.
Which is interesting, because that's another reason that these trucks
Yeah.
might be able to last as long as they do here.
Yeah.
Because they wouldn't get the road
Yeah.
use, and not just the road use, but the normal abuse and wear and tear that a big city would, so.
I agree.
I don't understand the equity there necessarily.
It's not there, so. All right, thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
yeah, thank you very much. So that is item C on the new business. Moving on to the Evans Drive repaving, and actually D and E are related. We were approached by two of the businesses there and said, we talked about repaving Evans Drive, and our answer was, we're a little short of cash right now. And they said, they offered to split the cost with us. We would pay 50% of the cost, and the two dispensaries would pay 50% of the cost. And it was written up as two options of doing Evans Drive, which is in really bad shape. And I did have a question. It does include some grading for the drainage to improve that. They said that will take a little extra work, but it's not major. They know exactly how they're going to do it, so they will take care of the drainage there. There's a county drain that runs right next to that, so getting it to that county drain is not a problem.
Just to clarify, when you say that they offered to split the cost, that means they're taking the total cost of $32,000, splitting it in half. We're getting 50%, and then they are splitting 50%, so they're paying 25
They're paying
each.
25% each.
But they're the ones requesting it and benefiting from it. And we still have trucks coming in and out of there? I'm just clarifying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why would we do something if the trucks are still gonna go in and out?
That's the next part of it. We do need a
I get
haul
that,
agreement.
but
And I submitted, what I did was I went in and I asked the road commission, I said, we need a haul agreement. Do you have some samples that are current that you use? Because they get haul agreements all the time with different, with quarry. They're not exactly what we do, but they're very similar. So they sent over 4 examples, and I talked to Phil, before we did this, and sent those samples over there, and he is drafting a haul agreement.
Are we gonna start weighing them then?
No, we don't, no, we don't have
Because, I mean, we could have every agreement in the world, and it's gonna still go overweight.
the haul agreement would be a maintenance agreement, and it would actually, and there's some money attached to it. So they would pay for some of the road maintenance as part of the agreement. That's usually how they go. There's a set amount that they will contribute annually to maintain that road.
But they haven't contributed anything up to this point for the damage that's been done to the road.
They have not.
So we're supposed to fix it brand new, but then they'll pay going forward?
They will pay whatever we approve on, whatever we work out in the agreement. They'll pay an amount, whatever it is. The activity there has slowed down quite a bit, but you can't always count on that. But that's where you work out the agreement. It's that, or leave the road the way it is.
But why wouldn't they help pay for part of it too?
Exactly. Why isn't that part of the agreement that they're contributing
They use as much as
to
everyone
this?
else,
They-
or
more.
more.
Not more.
More.
So your point is well taken. It's a timing thing right now, because if we didn't do, I'm sorry, see if I can clarify. So the Evans Drive is 100% the responsibility of the city today,
Right.
regardless of what, anything that's being planned here or a haul agreement or anything. That road is our responsibility, okay? The owners of, the two owners that are interested in contributing and asking us to contribute have a vested interest in why they would like that paved. That someone else isn't interested is another issue, right? So the point being, there's an offer to get it paved to a working condition now. They have an incentive. We have a responsibility to also help these businesses thrive, right? So it's all kind of jumbled together, but if we can think about this offer here that we don't have all the money for necessarily, to get it in a condition that helps the road, helps the businesses in that area now, then we come up with a haul agreement for the other interested parties to say, okay, if you're also going to use this moving forward, since there is no agreement that that company has to do anything, let's develop a haul agreement so that in the future we are protecting that road from deterioration. Does that help clarify at all?
It does, but I have a question. Why would we not do the haul agreement before any asphalt is laid and say, hey, this is our intent, this is what we're doing, this is gonna be fresh and new, we wanna take care of this now? Like, why would we wait until after it's done?
And then nothing gets signed.
And then nothing gets signed?
Do you want the short answer?
Yes.
Because
Yes,
we're
either
still in
or.
litigation with that same
Okay,
company.
Okay,
Yes.
okay,
And we don't
Do we
have
see
all
a
the
light at the
bargaining
end of the
chips at
tunnel
this
for that?
moment.
got it, okay.
Yes, and actually,
This
I
would
would-
come out of the local road
I would-
fund though.
that, yes, that is local road. And we have enough money. I checked with Connie and she verified we do have enough money.
To
do
cover
that.
this
To cover
portion,
this one.
not the entire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, to cover this portion of it. And keep in mind, that road was really at the, when you look how long ago that road was paved, it's past its useful life expectancy anyway. Whether extra traffic tore it up more or not, it's an old road, as are all the roads in our city. Now, we could, if make it contingent on the haul agreement, we could do that.
None of the current marijuana places, Bose or High Point, uses a
High
Super
profile?
8. High profile, sorry.
Uh,
High profile uses a Super 8 driveway, do they? For any business?
They,
Whoa.
it's
High
not.
profile does.
High pro,
High-
no.
No, it goes into.
No, they go in, they come off of Evans Drive.
Right?
Have you seen the pavement where they repaved it, actually a
Yeah, right
longer
behind
section?
Anders, but does
Uh,
that lead to the hotel?
Well,
Does it go around or
Does
is
it
it
go around or is it
behind
on the
by where Joe's
driveway?
place was?
actually, looking at, I was just down there. So the brand-new pavement is, there's more road front on.
This one does.
Yep.
And then this is, so
So
this.
there's-
This just goes to the
That just
hotel.
goes to the hotel.
Literally just the
So-
hotel.
Yes,
why should-
however, their new parking lot, if you go down there, they have more frontage on Super 8 Drive than they
So
do,
that this is high
far
profile.
more than they do on Evans Drive. They paved all the way to the end of the property, and it's all along, it all abuts Evans
That's what I
Drive.
thought.
Now,
Okay.
I mean,
Thank you
Super
for
8 Drive.
clarifying.
Now, Super 8 Drive is in better shape, much better shape
Today.
today, yeah.
It's right here.
But they're saying if we do it now, then
Here.
you get a package deal and you get a better price. And
Yeah.
the proposal came in separately, so that's why I listed them separately. So we do have options, we have things we have
Yeah, it doesn't even.
to sort out here.
So simple answer, why is it being requested that we do the Super 8 drive then? Just because we're getting a package deal, literally?
And because it abuts their parking lot, and it will be used.
For
Yeah.
Bose.
Okay.
For Bose, you mean?
For Bose.
For Bose, yes.
For Bose.
The
Okay.
Bose parking lot, if you go down there, I encourage you to go out and look.
Yeah, I haven't been down there yet.
Because it looks very nice.
Okay.
And it's paved all the way to the end of the property, abutting,
Dynamic.
yeah, all the way down to Dynamic, current property now, yeah, after they sold off that part. But it all, the pavement goes all the way to Super 8 Drive. It does look very nice. Now, while I was down there scoping out, I did talk to Joe Johnson, and I asked him what he thought about a haul agreement. He said he seemed very agreeable to the concept of it.
So is half of Super 8 Drive getting, are they covering half of that as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, 50%.
And what figure are we talking about for both Evans and? 16,
It's
that
in-
covers both, 16,001?
That would be the match, yes.
16,001 would be the match for Evans Drive, and 6,841.
Oh, for Super 8.
So 22,842, if my math in my head is correct,
Yeah.
would be the total amount.
So, I do agree with Councilor Wakeman. This is a responsibility of the city, and given our position and given two businesses willing to contribute to what is effectively our responsibility, I think it's worth the consideration, frankly. The road is depreciated, for sure.
There's no doubt about that. It's just.
I think
with
part of
heavy
the,
traffic still going on it, you know.
Yeah,
we need
we're
to come up
throwing
with a
our money
solution.
away.
Yep. And we could make it contingent on
Right,
signing a haul agreement that we would have to vote on
right,
separately.
okay.
So it wouldn't move, I'm just offering it out there. It wouldn't move until we get a
Right.
acceptable.
didn't we have, is this taking care of the drainage issues that we had over there too? Because wasn't there a drainage issue?
Good point, and I brought that up a while ago. It was inspected prior, and there are definite drainage issues, and then some of the worst deterioration that you can see on Evans Drive is localized to poor drainage, and unfortunately, that's not being addressed.
Actually, they said that they can address that with grading on the side of the road. A minimal amount of grading, they can get the water off of the road and into that drainage ditch. That's what their engineer said. And if you look at it,
See that in here anywhere?
it's not in there, but they have a vested interest in preserving that road also. And when you look at it, there's a very high ridge on the east side of that road. If that ridge was knocked down, that water would go down into the lower area, into the ditch and into the drain. It doesn't look like it doesn't look like it's a hard one to solve. But when you look at it, you actually see that ridge coming up, and it's about maybe 4 inches higher than the road level, and that's why it's holding the water. Yep. Any other discussions or questions? I'll put both of those, and those are two separate items, action items. We'll move on to community input. The floor is open. You state your name and what city you live in.
Jesse Griffin, 10721 Ellen Street. So just as a resident in Luna Pier, I hear about doing Evans Drive, and I know we're about ready to rezone that hotel that's right there. And it sounds like we're already sweetening the deal for that pot shop.
We're not.
That's
It needs to
wrong.
go through processes. There's no yes or no yet.
I'm just saying, as a citizen, that's how I'm looking at it, is that we're gonna take money out of our public road fund, put it towards Evans Drive to help the third, fourth pot shop that we're gonna get in town. That's what it sounds like to me.
Jesse, I can only speak for
presentation,
me. I don't look at it that way. I only look at it for what exists today.
Well, we have roads by Mender's Bend where the drains are actually sinking into the road, where you can see underneath the road, and we're not worried about that road.
There's
Well-
not a 50% match on the table for any of the
I
other roads.
understand that. I understand that, and it does make the
It makes a
the
huge
deal
difference.
seem look really good, and I understand that.
And that's being paid by existing places, not prospective.
A lot of this too
Yep.
is Facebook chatter.
Yep.
This hasn't even come across
Oh,
the board
let's-
to the planning commissioners. You have two commissioners in this room, and this has not even been discussed.
No,
So
Yeah.
people are blowing this out of proportion on Facebook, and they need to
Yeah.
stop doing that
Let's-
and come to a
Let's
meeting.
get back to the
I
public
agree.
comment.
I
and
agree with
Jesse
that.
has the
I'm
floor
just-
to address.
It's community input.
Yep, and we
You're
appreciate
allowed.
that.
Second thing, I know we just had a big manhunt here in Luna Pier as of late. I know my kids got escorted home from school by the police officers. We had 3 or 4 police officers at every end of the road in Luna Pier. I'm wondering why the police ain't in here now, letting us as citizens know that we're safe. Because apparently for our 4th of July Freedom Festival, we're going to have some kind of, what did you guys call it?
Incident command.
Incident command. So I'm assuming that we're anticipating and protecting ourselves for incidents.
We have one every single year.
I
every
understand
Freedom
that.
Festival.
I'm just wondering why we're not getting input from the police after big incidences like that happen. Kind of like our incident that happened on 75 where they went chasing after somebody that didn't exist. This time there was somebody actually loose and they never got him. They spent 4 hours in the air trying to search for the guy, still haven't found him. But us as a community, we didn't get any feedback as to what was going on.
I think
We just
Michigan's,
knew we had a large police presence.
Michigan State Police had command over that operation, so they are not going to come in and report to us.
Well, no, I understand that, but I'm just, as a community, it'd be cool to have some input as to what is going on with the crime and stuff in our area.
Yep.
Freedom Fest. There's not been a lot of, I guess, opportunity for public to get involved in any of the Freedom Fest. I know it's not a board thing. But I know there was some ideas that were presented at a Parks and Rec. And they don't have to take that information. I know Chris is in charge. But I think that it'd be kind of cool if we had a little bit more public engagement with the Freedom Fest, because I really don't even, what is it, the 27th?
Do you need Chris's number to reach out to
Oh,
her?
I got Chris's number.
Okay.
Trust me, and I'll be volunteering. I don't mind volunteering. I'm happy to be out there in the morning working with you guys.
Well, to be fair, and I know this is community input, we don't always have to respond, but I think sometimes it's worth it to respond. We, as council, have been advertising ever since it was time to start advertising for help, and we've
Yes.
always invited such. And I don't know if we have to do a better job of when the
Megan?
meetings are being held and where,
Miss you, Joy.
but we have always said, whoever the chair is, please contact them. So we feel we've done a pretty good job of advertising that anybody can be part of that if they so choose.
All right, cool. First, or last thing, scooters down my road are horrible coming from the apartments. I don't know if we can get with the library and maybe the police department or the fire department and do a scooter safety class, so we don't have little kids getting ran over. Like I guess a police car just ran over a student somewhere in Ohio on a bike. It's something that it's growing in all around. So maybe like a safety course might be cool. That way we don't have any problems with little kids getting hurt.
That's good.
Good idea.
Good,
Thank
good
you.
idea. Yep.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jesse.
I had an adult run in front of my car on a bike. We should include adults in there
Yep,
too.
go ahead.
Yeah,
The floor
I
is,
agree.
the floor is open.
Hi, I'm George Hansen. I live at 4358 South 7th Drive or Street. If you go on Google
I want to do this.
and type in Luna Pier or Google Maps, right? Type in Luna Pier, you'll end up right in front of my house.
I can always find you then, George.
Okay,
Let
and
me see.
so-
Strip here.
It's a major safety issue. I was in my driveway the other day, and this guy come
Oh my
flying
gosh.
down the street, and I popped my head up and looked, and he flew into my driveway where my dog was laying, and we had some words, and then he flew down the street where there's like 5 kids that live down that street. I purchased the sign that looks regulation city sign out of my own money. I put it on the pole down the end of the street. It said no beach access. It reduced the traffic probably by about 2/3. Well, some lady decided that she wanted it more than I wanted it, and she stole it off the pole, 4 weeks ago. And neighbors saw it. They didn't know what she was doing. They thought she was putting a garage sale sign up or something. So I'm just requesting that the city maybe look into Google. I've done it twice and I've gotten nowhere. Okay? You can go on Google Maps and press the button and you follow a procedure. And I tried to move it up to the parking lot.
Maybe the city.
Maybe
Huh?
First Street
City
or
Hall, maybe we
municipal
should-
hall.
Yeah, and I have had no luck. I've done it twice. So I thought maybe the strength of the city might be able to have better success with it.
Joy just did it, and she now knows where you live.
Yeah.
I know where he lives. I'm just saying,
Well,
I'll
some
report
days
it to them.
somebody's
and
gonna
I'll
get
let them
hurt
know.
because I can't believe how fast they go. And literally, I was watching TV one night and I see headlights on my wall, and I get up and somebody's literally on my walkway to go to my front door, and they're turning around on my driveway, backing into my neighbor's grass, going back and forth, making a 20-point turn. So I just, before somebody gets hurt,
Yeah.
Yes.
all right?
Yeah, that's
So-
a very good point. And
Thank you.
I know exactly where the geographic center of Tulsa, Oklahoma is for the same problem. I had a glitch on I typed in one destination and it defaulted to
Yeah.
the geographic center. And
So-
it is extremely hard to change that.
And if it's any of you,
And it's any city.
knock on the door, I'll, have a drink.
Yeah, yeah, so I know what you mean. Yeah, it's trying to get the elementary park
Yeah.
delisted as from where Green Labs now stands. Another one that I've tried repeatedly to try to do that, but
Okay.
we'll keep trying and maybe solicit some.
And then one other thing.
Before you do that, George, anecdotally, I just did it, and it went to Charlie's house.
Maybe
Oh.
because
So maybe he
Neil
has an
traveled
incentive
there a
too.
lot.
Guess what, Charlie?
Okay, okay. And then, are they gonna put the swim buoys in this
Yeah,
year?
yes.
We have a problem with the pontoon boat,
Yeah.
which we need to get the buoys out.
Oh, okay.
The boat's fine, the motor's not.
Okay. Yeah, I just
Somebody
noticed
wants to
there's been
volunteer a
boats
boat,
coming up
you
and
can get 'em in.
Yeah, I
there's
noticed
been
that as
boats
well.
anchoring
Well,
out there.
you got big hunks of cement you're not gonna want on your boat.
Yeah, it has to be a pontoon boat with a deck
Yeah.
on the front.
All right.
It's a lot.
But
Take
if
some
somebody
abuse.
has one that's more of a utility, maybe
All
we
right,
can
thank you.
talk.
Well, my sailboat won't
Yeah,
make it in.
and that
No.
won't work.
Definitely not. Thanks, George.
Thank you.
Good, Marilyn?
Excuse me. Marilyn Foster, 4360 South Fifth Street. I'm George's neighbor, so I can contest to, yeah, there's a lot of the folks coming down. But in the last couple of days this weekend, the bit about it not being access to the beach, it's a public street, I understand that. But people are, turning around in our driveway, getting caught, running over all of our stuff. But what happened the other day was interesting to me because they were pleasant people, but they pulled up in front of the house, but at the end of the street, and they were unpacking to bring the kids. And that happens a lot, but you ignore it. It's usually 5 minutes and it's not a big deal. These particular people were there over 40 minutes, blowing up toys, blowing up stuff, pulling stuff out of the car. It got out of hand, and it's like, it's a public street, and they're just doing all that. So maybe just a little more. And I second what George said about the swimming buoys, because the weather being so warm, there's been a tremendous amount of kids out there swimming, and there's
And those
no
folks don't
guide
care.
to tell them, yeah.
I seen them out pretty far today on a raft.
Yeah,
Farther than they should be.
it scares me because I'm right there and I'm looking at it and I'm seeing kids, 12, you think they're old enough, but it doesn't take much. So
Right.
that really needs to be, because there's no control right now.
Yep.
So thank you. And don't put my address on that.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
The floor is open. Last chance. Well, we thank everyone for your input. I've said it before, and I really mean it, that we can't solve problems if we don't know about them, and we need to know what problems are important to you, and that's what we work on. So we really do appreciate the input. Moving on to council action, item A. Do I have a motion?
I propose a motion to deny ordinance number 249, garage sale ordinance first reading as presented, waiving the reading.
Support.
We have a motion, we have support. Any discussion?
I'd like to hear the opposition, actually. I don't have a fight in the game here, so I'd just like to hear
I don't think that we need a garage sale ordinance. We have never had one. People can have garage sales if they want. It's just gonna cause more problems than solutions.
It's already covered in the blight ordinance. It seems a little redundant to have two different ordinances targeting the same thing.
And then we'll have issues pointing this ordinance and see this ordinance, and then everybody's gonna interpret both of them differently.
And then additionally, I can say that one thing that I particularly don't like about it, and I understand the purpose of having, this topic covered in an ordinance, and I feel it is covered under the blight ordinance, but I don't particularly like the limitation on, let's see here, that any garage sale, rummage sale, or similar activity proposing to exceed the requirements of this section may petition for approval after a site plot plan review is conducted as required and a zoning permit is issued. So if somebody's having a moving sale and they're downsizing their home, or an estate sale because they're relocating to another state, and say they're bringing out waves of things for sale, this weekend, that weekend, the next weekend, if they go over so many days, now they have to get a zoning permit to have a garage sale. I think that's overreaching.
Well, they do have 12 days.
Well, I know, but 12 days, sometimes people go out and set up for a couple of hours, and then a rainstorm comes, and so they shut down and they try again the next day. That still counts as a day.
Any rebuttal to that? I don't know who proposed to put an ordinance together.
This is the planning thing.
Yeah,
I have a question. I know
Asked to put it together, and by whom?
I'm sorry?
go ahead, I'll let Dewey.
Was planning asked to put the garage sale ordinance together, and by whom?
I have no idea. I'm not on the
Can I
planning commission, but
respond to some of this and recommend?
Sure, if you
Yes.
have knowledge.
Representing planning,
When-
yep.
No, I'm representing.
Well,
You better
Marilyn
be,
is on the planning
or
commission.
else sit down.
Thank you. It started with the blight situation and looking at the blight ordinances. We came across opinions and examples, good examples of when you don't, so if you say you can have as many yard sales as you want, that's fine. But there are folks that are taking advantage of that and saying, well, the stuff is still in my yard because I'll just throw a top over it and I'm gonna do it again next weekend. And then it doesn't move. And so now it's a blight situation. And that doesn't always get addressed right away versus if you're limited with because that's where it's become an issue. And there are people that are doing that. And
I have not noticed, but
there are in the summer. There are, and we got people with tires all over their yards.
well,
And-
that's blight.
That's blight.
but they're saying it's for the yard sale on Saturday, and that's where you get into that issue. So in the June for the Freedom Festival is not counted as one of them.
Right.
3 just seemed like a reasonable thing. It's because you can't keep up with that. They just leave it out and say, well, I'm having a yard sale next weekend. Or I'm getting ready for my yard sale. And it sits there 3-4 weeks. That's the issue. And that's where it conflicted with the blight ordinance. Because is it blight? Well, no. Then they get an argument saying, it's not blight. This is stuff from my house and I'm selling it. But it sits there. So there's where that all came from. We did a lot of work on this and had a lot of conversations of how not to hurt people, but at the same time, keep Luna Pier looking decent.
And I think we all understand the need for it, but like I said, it is covered under the blight ordinance. And, you know, it's like when I brought up having a vacant house ordinance to keep track of vacant houses for the fire department. Everybody's like, oh, well, that's already included in the property ordinance and, or the blight ordinance and property maintenance ordinances. We don't need another one, but we do have gaps. I just don't think this is filling the gaps that we have at the proper way and at the proper timing, especially considering what's been going on with the Lucarelli incident. So I think everybody's speaking for me.
And that was the
I
other-
see it that people are saying no to what's here and right now.
And
I
that-
think if you brought forth a different version, maybe at a later time when things were already settled on the other situation, I think you have a better
We've done
chance.
the versions, I think that this is, if you do have it, you know, you can deny it, but that's the versions. And it did come from that because the business that.
Well, see, everybody up until now has said, no, it did not come from that, so now it did. So I
What do you
think
mean, come from what?
from the whole
Come from the
Lucarelli thing.
Lucarelli garage sale
No,
every
that was
weekend.
one of the conversations
Yeah, but
that
I
we had.
feel that they're being targeted
They're
too.
not being targeted.
Then let's wait until
You
that's
either-
settled.
You have a, and this is not what I want to get into, and this is not the proper place. They were not being targeted. But if you have a yard sale every weekend in the same location near the beach, when does it become a business versus a yard sale?
And that needs to be
that's under-
addressed
Separately.
then.
I
But
think
if you don't have an
reiterizing,
ordinance, you have no
We don't have
enforcement.
any
And that's.
but
that's
we
what the-
already have
I'm
things.
done, done, just.
Yeah,
I mean,
actually,
yeah,
the
We
blight
can have
ordinance.
another meeting about it, but
Yeah.
those were, there was a lot of examples. There are people with firewood piles that are out there all week and
Yep.
they're selling firewood. When does it become a business versus a yard sale? That's
Yeah.
it.
Thank you.
It
Thank
generally, you don't need a blight, or don't need a garage sale ordinance until you do. Until somebody abuses it, and then you need it, and then it's almost too late, because
They
you
can
say,
do it.
you know, you're picking on me.
Well, maybe we could work with the timeline given in there of, no, you know, not to exceed 12 days and this many weekends. Maybe there could be some exclusions in there, like exceptions for estate sales where like people are moving out of state and they're downsizing massive amounts, or if somebody has died or whatnot. But I really do feel that tabling this until other things are out of the way is going to take away any finger pointing that says this is being done because of that. And then we can look at it individually for its intended purpose and not be overlapping issues.
Yep. And I'll ask Shawnee, Counselor Looper, I mean, because this came up at the last planning meeting.
At the
And-
all
and
committee.
Planning, yeah, and, well, at planning meeting too, because people were shocked that, why aren't they acting on this? And that's really the reason why it's on this agenda tonight, is because planning said, go, you know, do something, you know.
Well, I
we
brought
like
up
this.
that it
Yeah.
had not come back.
You're right.
That we had denied it and it had
Yeah.
not come back.
Actually, yeah, we didn't deny it, we sent it back to planning, is what happened. And then planning said, we think this
Because
is,
I think it
what we want.
was thought by a few people that it did pass through and I corrected that.
yes. So it came back,
So it's here
it,
and
And I made a motion to deny.
denied it.
yeah.
So I actually have a couple of questions here. First off, is I know we've gone through a couple of iterations of this, but this looks a lot like the one that was in front of us last time. What has shifted on this?
Planning
ordinance
looked at it
since
and
then?
said, we're happy with this. And
They
Nothing's
changed.
changed.
They didn't change anything.
And so they said, you know, and council could have gone to
And
planning.
a lot of it with the planning commission, too, was that the local towns have it, like LaSalle and Erie and Temperance and Bedford. They all have different ordinances, the garage sale ordinances too, and I believe that was a couple of the commissioners' issues too.
Which
Well-
is understood, but it was the timing of everything and the way that it was brought
I
forth.
agree.
And then we've already had this discussion because we were all here for it. And the things that we brought up that we directed back to planning, they disagreed with us on. So here we are again.
So they just
Yep.
tabled it and then it went back and now here we are again.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my other question was that last time when we had this discussion, I asked, did we run this ordinance by the lawyer? Was that?
I believe
think
it
they
was.
did
I believe
do that.
Megan did
Yep.
say
They
it
did
was
go
run
through
by
the
the
lawyer.
lawyer.
Yep.
Yeah. Phil, is that his name?
Yes.
Yeah. I think he said
Yeah,
everything
it was-
looked legit. I don't think he.
Yeah, he
Did
did.
he offer any rewrites or anything?
No.
Any advice or anything? No,
Not to my
just that it
knowledge.
looked okay.
I,
It looked
I
good.
think initially
He didn't.
Pass knowledge, please.
Was he asked about any redundancy between the blight ordinance and this?
no,
I
because it's
believe
really
that was
too,
discussed.
the one's not enforceable, as if they say it's a garage sale. That's the problem. And it could be, if you don't have a garage sale ordinance, then it's not enforceable. Then you,
In the blight ordinance, so that's not
There is
enforceable unless we also have a garage, so that makes no
connotation in
sense.
the blight ordinance for garage sales, yes.
no, we don't list, we don't list garage sales in it. We don't really don't address garage sales or regulate them in the blight ordinance.
We're probably the only place in the whole area that doesn't have a garage sale ordinance. And a couple of the guys, I think Staub and Niedermeyer, went to a lot of effort, collected them all,
Yeah.
reviewed them all, and everybody discussed it and felt like this was a legitimate thing. It's not to hurt anyone.
Well,
It's
and I hear you
But
saying
I
that, but
explained-
timing wise,
timing, I don't know what you mean by timing.
it came up immediately when the same time to solve the Lucarelli issue, and
Because it was brought to our attention at that point that we didn't even have a
okay,
yard sale
and
ordinance.
I understand
So
that.
he was saying, and I like, this is nothing personal.
No, I'm,
But any business could do the same thing, and it's been happening, so it's like, you either have a business permit there,
a vendor's
a
license or
vendor's license in that, you can't have a yard sale every day. It's either a business or whatever.
understood.
And that's where it brought to our attention that there was no
Okay.
yard sale thing. It was not an attack on Mr. Lucarelli.
Okay, and I'm hearing that, but I think, like I said,
And
if,
personally, I'm tired of hearing that because that was
All right.
exactly not what we were doing.
okay.
And I take offense to it because
Well-
we went out of our way
Right.
to make sure.
Yeah, we have a
that
motion on the
had
table. I think we'll-
nothing to do with that.
Any other discussion from the council?
I would be willing to send it back to the planning commission for additional provisions, but given that it was sent back once already and nothing.
Denied.
Well, the motion, yeah,
The motion.
the motion is to deny having the first reading. That's what's on the table right now.
Copy.
And when we're done with discussion, we'll do a vote on it. So is everybody, we'll do a roll call vote then.
I'm all set.
Huang,
The motion is to deny, correct?
To deny
If you
the first-
say yes, you're
Then
denying. or
I'm
you-
voting
you're-
in favor of denying. Yes.
Of denying the first reading?
Correct.
Correct.
Yes.
Meeting,
Yes,
Skatulski,
No.
Wakeman,
No,
Osluper,
Yes.
Perry,
Yes.
Mayor Gardner.
No. So it's four.
Four
The
yeses.
motion to deny the first reading is carried. Okay, moving on to the budget amendments.
I propose a motion to approve the budget amendments as presented, waiving the reading.
Approve, or second. I approve it all.
wow.
We have a motion, we have support. Any discussion? Do a roll call vote.
Perry,
Yes.
Osluper.
Yes.
Wakeman,
Yes.
Skatulski.
Yes.
Meeting,
Yes,
Huang,
Yes.
Mayor Gardner.
Yes. Thank you very much. Motion carried. FEMA assistance to firefighters grant. Do I have a motion?
I propose a motion to approve applying for the FEMA's Assistance for Firefighters grant with the city covering 55,000 of the 998,800 fire truck as well as supporting equipment as presented, waiving the reading.
support.
We have a motion, we have support. Any discussion? Roll call vote for that one.
Skatulski,
Yes.
Huang,
Yes.
Osluper.
Yes.
Wakeman.
Yes.
Perry,
Yes.
Meeting,
Yes,
Mayor Gardner.
Yes. Thank you very much. Motion carried. Evans Drive repaving. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve repaving Evans Drive for the amount of $16,001 as presented and waive the reading.
can we do?
Support.
What?
That was, never mind.
We have a motion, we
Yes.
have support. Any discussion?
I was gonna ask if we could do that contingent on the hauling agreement.
I
Or-
didn't move on that, so.
Okay, so, I'm ready.
Osluper,
Yes.
Needing,
Yes,
Perry,
Yes.
Wakeman,
Yes.
Wong,
Yes.
Skatulski,
Yes.
Mayor Gardner.
Yes. Thank you very much. Motion carried. Super 8 Drive repaving. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve repaving Super 8 Drive for the amount of $6,841 as presented and waive the reading.
Support. We have a motion, we have support. Any discussion? Do a roll call vote?
Wakeman,
Yes.
Skatulski,
Yes.
Osluper,
Yes.
Perry,
Yes.
Wong,
Yes.
Needing,
yes.
Mayor Gardner.
Yes. Thank you very much. Motion carried. It was an intense meeting, a lot on the agenda today, which means we're solving hard problems and getting things done. We'll move to council input. I think we'll start with Councilor Needing.
When I say the crosswalk signs look amazing, the little plastic figures in the middle of the road, I really appreciate that we got those up. And the other signs that are on the posts located where, like I know the bend right by the lighthouse, we couldn't put one of those little guys. So I noticed there is a sign on the post there on the south side of the street. Do we have an extra one to put on the north side of the street on the speed limit sign there?
I will check on that.
Okay.
See what we have.
And then I wanted to add something that happened this week. I was approached by a resident in the city who is a new property owner, and he was inquiring about purchasing a piece of property that had a house on it that was vacant, and the home should have been condemned. The home has been blighted. It's been reported as blighted, and it's just been sitting there with no condemned sticker on it. So I went into City Hall and I spoke with our building inspector, Mike Dembski, about it and asked what we need to do to start getting some of these homes in the city condemned. And so he let me know that the condemning of homes is separate from blight and that falls under property maintenance. He said that a complaint can be filed at City Hall. Charlie was able to find some copies of the complaint form, and hopefully we can get those updated and available, but I filled out a complaint form for said property. It was handed over to Mike Dembski, who went and looked at it, and I received an update from Mayor Gardner today that the home is being condemned. So that is one property that we have. I forwarded that information to the police department because the building inspector expressed that anybody can contact him directly for any property to come and check out, because he's not pounding the streets looking at all the houses. So he can be contacted directly with those issues, and hopefully some of these homes that have been problems, we could move forward on and see if we can't find some resolutions on them.
So the forms are at City Hall?
Charlie?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Let's see.
They need to be updated.
I did have one question. I've noticed that a couple of other municipalities, I know we get the police officers report and chief comes when he's able to give it, but we don't ever hear anything from our reserve officers, and we hear an awful lot of complaints from the residents in the city. Why do we have 3 cops on duty? Well, 2 of them might be reserves and have to work with another officer. So is there some kind of way that we can request that we get a report from the reserve officers on what they have going on, or what any goals that they might be working on long term?
I don't know exactly what you're looking for, but it's worth discussing with the chief. And,
Okay.
and we do have reserve officers that volunteer their time and put on a uniform, take the risk, and they put up a lot of things, and we really appreciate their service because they do it.
They're helpful.
Yes, we have one here. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, it is a great opportunity.
For the chief's report.
They do that for us. So we do appreciate them, and I don't think residents always know.
I think that would help put a little bit
Yeah.
more of it out there for everybody, what exactly they are doing and who they are, and I
Yep.
think that might help.
I'm sorry, they're volunteering?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's why people think
Yeah.
we're paying like 3,
To come
4
to your
police
house.
officers a day, and we're not.
No.
So, just, to get some information out there. But thank you for the signage. It looks great. And I know you said last meeting
Yeah.
you're gonna see about getting some of the crosswalk painting redone.
Yes, I'm trying to get
So,
that done too. So that-
Wonderful.
It definitely needs it.
Wonderful, wonderful.
And thank you for the suggestion on that, and it does, it's, you have to be walkable. Councilor Wakeman?
Mine's just carryover from last meeting's resident request, and it looks like there was some activity on the strip of grass.
Oh, yes, we're working
There,
on that.
Harold, working on it?
Yeah. Which one?
The Harold and, or Evans and
the
Pier
bris-
Road where
yes.
I asked you earlier.
Oh, yeah, down at the.
The, marina responsibility.
side. Yeah, no, yeah, they are working, we are working on that. I was actually talking to the police chief today about it, and they're.
Police chief.
Because it is a kind of a blight issue, so we were.
Oh, I
he's
see
aware.
what you're saying.
Yeah, he's
See
aware
if
of
we
it.
can get the owner to,
And
yeah.
we're in contact, and we're trying to get that resolved.
And then also Ganders.
Oh,
Yes.
that's where I was talking to him about his scanners.
Yeah, we're addressing that also.
Okay.
Yes, just the ganders, grass.
Yep.
Sorry, Mr.
Okay.
Bubble.
No, I
No.
talked to him before the meeting about
Yeah.
that. We've decided to hopefully take care of it by this weekend and resolve the situation afterwards.
Okay. Councilor Bosselper?
I just, did we ever get the parking problem?
Here, move your, yes.
Did we ever get the parking problem fixed?
What-
With that-
do you mean
because-
with the-
Kiosk.
With the,
Yeah, the payment, yeah, kiosk,
the
yeah,
kiosk
yeah,
thing?
we got, the
Sorry.
system issue has been,
That's been fixed?
Resolved,
Okay,
yeah.
and then my other issue is, are we going to have more volunteers and more police as the summertime is coming? Because I've almost been hit twice now by people that are coming into town at the stop sign because they like to blow it off. So
Google, so
they're coming to your house, and I get that, but if I have the right way to turn and they want that parking spot, I guess I'm in their way.
I know the police are watching that intersection, they were watching when I went down
I
to water
stopped
the
and took a
flowers.
picture of his plate just to be
Yeah.
that person, but.
Yeah, yeah, but good point,
And I called Amanda and yelled at Amanda about it.
because
I won't tell you
pedestrian,
what I said.
pedestrian safety is
I won't tell
is
either.
of the utmost importance.
That's it. That's all I want to know.
Councilor Skatulski.
Yes, I wanted to talk about the budget. I'm so glad we're done, but I think we owe Connie and Charlie just so much thanks for all their preliminary
Yes.
work.
Yes, indeed.
And Charlie, thank you for keeping the time constraints. Our meetings were all very acceptable.
They went
But-
very smooth.
But I do want to say I was very sad at the poor turnout.
It was
Yeah.
very.
It was
fortunate.
very sad this year.
I apologize for travel.
Yeah,
No,
have
I'm
to
not
work.
trying to lay blame on it. I'm
Just-
saying
yeah,
just saying.
public too. We
Got
had
it.
very
Yeah.
few people.
we worked really hard, and we want to show you how hard we're working to save you money and
But
invest your money.
We
very
couldn't have done it without
wisely.
what Connie and
Yeah,
Charlie
they
did.
did a great job. Yeah, a lot of people are working very hard. Councilor Huang.
Nothing for me, just thank you, Connie, Charlie. Glad it's over.
Yes.
Sorry,
Yep.
I need to work.
I just have one update. There was a comment about the fugitive. He never really did get to Luna Pier. He maybe had, he probably crossed Luna Pier's border briefly, but he never actually got across La Pointe Drain. And next time we'll try to issue some kind of all clear, but it kind of went into the night and into the next morning before we really knew. We kind of suspected that he's not here, but Luna Pier was right away sealed off. He would have had to swim through a canal, and there were officers,
Oh, he got
multiple
ticks.
officers, up and down La Pointe Drain, and nobody could have got across there to get into.
What day was it?
I
Yeah.
work nights.
Yes,
So,
yes, but he,
Tuesday or Wednesday?
What day?
yeah, there,
Amanda, Eric said something about somebody over down by my end of town. The police had somebody pinned down there.
yeah.
Did he talk to you about that? Ask him about it.
No. Yeah, it's something for outside of here, but, you know,
No, it was
they
last
never,
night, I guess.
yeah, they never did get into the city. And that's all I have. Moving on to the flood and erosion, Tuesday, June 16th, 7 PM, Water Tower Park. DDA, Tuesday, June 16th, at the Luna Pier Lighthouse. That's off the regular date, right? Is that a reschedule?
That's correct, yeah, it was
Okay.
a reschedule, it was pushed up.
Yep. Just confirming that and planning, June 23rd, 6 PM, Water Tower Park.
Everybody be there.
Public hearing, very important. The public hearing on that date, 6 PM, Water Tower Park, June 23rd. City Council, Thursday, June 25th, 7 PM, Water Tower Park. Parks and Recreation, July 14th, 2026, 7 PM at the library. And I think there's a festival in there somewhere on Saturday, the June 27th. Did I?
And a holiday.
Okay, it's in the general, okay, I missed it, it's in the general information. Freedom Festival and Citywide Garage Sale Saturday, June 27th,
And
the
our-
biggest day in Luna Pier.
Correspondence, that SEM card.
That is a meetup at SEMCOG. It's the day of a council meeting, and it's in Mount Clemens, Michigan, and it ends at 6 o'clock. So I would love to go to that, but I can't get from Mount Clemens to here in time for our meeting.
Okay.
But you are all
Well, if it's on
invited.
the city, we could all pack up and just go.
Yeah.
I
So,
make a
not a motion.
to adjourn.
Yeah, let's
Support.
move it along.
Yep, you got support? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting adjourned. Thank you.
Charlie, I'll text you, I may or may not be here.